again sometime. Yeah, for sure, dude. Whatever you want.
Our home. They call for our protection.
No, I hate it. I hate it. Never use that skin.
I built this suit to contain my power and to show the world that anything is possible.
Okay. Actually, where's the Iron Man Yen skin? Why have we not got that yet?
Bring forth your guilty, your damned, your fools.
There we go.
You are not
All right, you there, Tom?
prepared for the destruction I wield.
All right, let's talk about it.
All right, all right.
Let's see. All right, so yeah, we can make this into a YouTube video. Okay, so let's which patch notes is this? Oh, 7.9. Okay, so we're gonna be reviewing the 7.9 patch notes. Okay, let's see. Okay, cool. So I'm liking the skins. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, like I said, dude, that fucking Mulan skin, they literally just added a face covering, man. They're trolling. They're literally trolling. But I like the Xing Tian skin. I really do.
See, I'm the opposite of you. I hate the Jing Chen skin with the passion.
Really? Why?
Because it's stupid, and the voice line from it already makes me hate it.
Forest.
Oh, I need to hear it.
They call for our protection.
Oh. But like the Thanatos, the Tsukunami, and the Hell. Oh my god, I love them.
Oh, where's the Tsukuyomi skin? Oh, that's a cool skin. Yeah, that's badass.
The only thing, like I said, I don't get, how is he already getting a new skin when he's been out for, what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
I have no idea. I mean, one thing I'll give high res is that they do make really cool gods, so I'm not complaining. You know, he's definitely my favorite god by far. I haven't seen the Hell skin. I need to look at the patch notes, like the one on YouTube, the live version, because I don't know what, I just know what this looks like, and I mean, I like it.
I'm already sold.
All right. So Cthulhu hasn't even got a skin yet. Yeah, but yeah, Cthulhu, people got over him pretty quickly. I'm not gonna lie. Cthulhu got over him. I mean, people got over Cthulhu very quickly. Let's see. Okay, so let's go. Let's start with the first one here. We'll just exchange our thoughts. Durability. Okay, so yeah, serrated edge. Increase cost from 2550 to 2650, so by 100. Decrease the physical power from 30 to 25, and the passive is adjusted. For every non-ultimate ability on cooldown, you gain a stack of cruelty. Each stack provides 10 basic attack power and 3% physical lifesteal. So they said it was. So, what was it? What was it initially? Let me see. Fucking God Builder. What was it initially? Let's see. After firing an ability, if all 3 non-ability ultimates are on cooldown, you gain 40 basic attack power and 10% physical power. Oh, okay, so it's definitely a nerf.
Yeah, they said that they were
nerf.
buffing the passive, but in order to compensate, they're gonna nerf the its power and cost.
Konami thought it was higher. Okay, so I like this Height of the Nemean. By the way, stop me whenever you have any thoughts or anything.
Ew.
I like this Height of the Nemean change. I really do. So for every 100 total protection, with magical and physical combined, from items only you gain 1 stack. From items only you gain 1 block stack, preventing the next basic attack from damaging you. This effect can stack up to 3 times. So this is I really think this is definitely a big what do you call a buff. I honestly really like this because I never build Height of the Nemean anymore, and I definitely will now. If I'm being honest.
I don't know, man. I mean, maybe I'm just too set in the old ways, like of the old Height of the Nemean, but I've never bought this. I mean, I don't know.
I feel that. I
mean, I definitely think it's cool.
Yeah, same. I mean, I would agree with you that it's definitely not as good as the one before, because there really isn't any direct good direct counters to auto attackers now. You know what I mean? At least before you were able to get the Height of the Nemean, the fucking thorns, you know what I mean? And now it's kind of just like those things don't really align very well. You know what I mean? Because if you have thorns and there's a lot of auto attackers on the enemy team, thorns is the only thing you could really get. Because if you got Hide of the Nemean, it doesn't really help you because it kind of it's a block stack. You know what I mean? So the thorns aren't going to line up with that item very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was it about the hide that was considered such a good counter against Dodgy of recent?
Against Daji? This
Yeah.
this Hide of the Nemean?
No, the one that the one that we have right now. Because I remember a lot of people saying that the new hide was a counter to Dodgy. So I'm now wondering, like, is this gonna continue on with this new version that they're making, or is Dodgy gonna kind of come back a little bit from it?
I never saw it as a. I mean, I understand because like Daji definitely gets her damage from her basics. Yeah, I guess I guess I can agree. No, I think I mean, won't this make it worse? Because this is definitely a buff to Hide of the Nemean. This is definitely a buff, I would say at least.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, if it wasn't for magical and physical, you know what I mean, then this stuff would be hard to stack up. But it's magical and physical instead of just one or the other.
That's true. Yep,
I mean, her one is just an empowered auto. Yeah, it is. So it counters her still pretty hard. Yeah, I definitely agree. I never thought of it though. Okay, charged boom. Bonus damage now has 30% basic attack power scaling. So their reasoning building up to Odysseus bow was not the best experience. It feels like it's not really worth getting unless you have the complete gold for the finished tier 3 item. The tier 2 version, charged bow, is getting a scaling component added to it, making it an item worth building. Okay, so charged bow is getting the bonus damage now has 30% physical. Okay, gotcha. I see that.
My only thought would be who's building Odysseus bow nowadays.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. Okay, Ichabod. Increase buff and debuff duration from 3 seconds to 5 seconds. Increase buff and debuff duration from 3 seconds. Okay, gotcha. Adjusted text on this screen on this item and Ring of Hecate to have better matching words for the same effects. Okay, I guess that's kind of irrelevant. It's buff and debuff duration from 3 seconds to 5 seconds. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Well, I never really build Ichabod, honestly.
Really?
No, not really. Whenever I build hunters, it's always a crit. If not, I get chin size. I get Atlanta's bow. You know, if not, I'll build some crit with chin size or Atlanta's bow or some shit like that. You know, I never really ever get like. Well, I might get like because I only get Atlanta's bow out of that tree.
I mean, I'm thinking about Ichabod coming from the jungle perspective. Like, I used to, and I still do, I build it a lot on, like, my auto attack gods, if I'm going against an auto attack god, right? Reducing their attack speed on me. Like, with something like an Erlong, you just can't lose a fight with it. So, I'm cool with any buffs to Ichabod.
Gotcha. So, moving on with Karen's coin, I see what they tried to do, but I still don't think I'm going to build it. Like, they were saying that, like, it didn't really nothing really changed, but people just kind of stopped getting Karen's coin. You know what I mean? And that's definitely true. Like, I always think, like, whatever happened to Karen's coin? I remember when Incon was saying, like, it's definitely a must buy for every mage, and then people just kind of stopped getting it. Maybe it was because of the buff to Magus. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I mean, Magus definitely, when they did the change to it, shot up incredible because it's such a good item that I think.
Yeah.
I think that, and Ring of Hecate, the change to that literally overshadowed Karen's coin, but I don't know. I like it still. I mean, I build it on a few gods, but not many anymore. I'm like you. It just kind of fell off.
Yeah. But decreased cost from 26, so they're making it cheaper by 100. Added 7 HP 5. Evolved Karen's coin buff. Increased HP 5 from 28 to 35, increased MP 5 from 25 to 35. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't really see it like the HP 5. I don't really see it being such a really good they're buffing something that mages aren't really like. When do mages worry about HP 5, unless they're talking about maybe like a solo Jean-Qui, you know what I mean, or maybe even a mid Jean-Qui. I don't see why a mage needs HP 5. Exactly, yeah. Like they are exactly. That's what when I read this, I was like, I mean, thank you for like I see what you're trying to do, but I don't worry about HP 5. Like I don't really give a shit about HP 5.
Yeah.
You know, so
I mean, you
I
could
don't
put
know.
it on a guardian, but I don't know why you ever would.
Yeah. I'm thinking more of a, you know, Jean-Qui solo kind of stuff going on. You know? I don't know. Maybe. All right, so Doom Orb. They decreased the cost from 3,000 to 2,850. This I fucking love because Doom Orb is so fucking expensive, bro. You have to sell a goddamn arm to get that motherfucker.
I'll counter
Holy
that
shit.
point with the fact that tier 2 Doom Orb, I don't know what it's called, is still good by itself.
Oh,
Like,
yeah?
the full Doom Orb, like tier 3 is great, but tier 2 is usually good enough in my opinion. Like I'm fine with playing like Hell or someone, going
What
tier
does it
2
do?
Doom Orb and then just going on with my build, leaving it for a bit.
Let me see. What does it do? So Doom Orb. Okay, so tier 2 Doom Orb. 55 power, 75 mana, 15 MP5, 3% movement speed. Nice. Killing or assisting an enemy minion. Wait, what? Killing or assisting an enemy minion provides you. What the fuck? That's horrible. Getting a kill or an assist from an enemy minion, right? Is that what it's trying to say?
Yeah.
Provides you with 1 stack, granting 1% movement speed and 3 magical power per stack. At stacks last for 10 seconds and stack up to 5 times. Enemy gods provide 5 stacks. Yeah, that's pretty good.
And see, like that's, I mean, for me, like it's been perfect. Like with that tier 2, like I'll literally do that boots and then build like another item, and then after that, I'm go back and finish it. So reducing the cost of it is freaking heaven. I love it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And honestly, like it's kind of like, I mean, you know, they're good for different reasons, but I would definitely argue that Chronos Pendant should be 3,000 if anything. I mean, I fucking love Chronos Pendant, the power, the cooldown, and its passive is basically another 10% cooldown in my opinion. So it's like, why the you know what I'm saying? Like you look at those two and I'm just like, I would rather have Chronos Pendant and that's cheaper. You know? But yeah. Okay. So, Warlock Staff. Okay. Decreased cost from 20. Oh wait, Warlock Staff. Okay, yeah, this is the finished version, or the unstacked version. Decreased cost from 2,650 to 2,500. Now I don't build this item very much, like at all. I don't think I've built it for like a long time. Like, what about you? Maybe you can.
When you're
Maybe
playing,
you can shed some light.
mages in the solo lane, I build it.
Yeah.
Like on Zonqui and stuff, just because of when it's fully stacked, right? It's pretty good. I know Morgan mains have built it all the time. They swear by it as their first item. I personally don't understand that, but
Wait, who, Morrigan?
Morgan, like solo laners. Like the
okay.
people I know that main Morgan in the solo lane, they swear by this Warlock staff. So to them, I know it coming down in cost is just like Christmas to them. But I don't know. I don't have enough experience with it to say anything really.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I definitely agree though. Like a solo lane mage, you know what I mean? Or maybe like a solo lane, or like maybe even a fucking Cthulhu. I can even argue for that. You know what I mean? I don't think I would build it on Cthulhu, but you know that's definitely an argument.
Yeah, I mean you see it on Baba Yaga's a lot because of her passive.
True. Nami says he doesn't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a good buff anyway. Tanky mages might start becoming more common with Karen Coin giving HP 5. Yeah, I agree. I think the chances of it are very low, but it's definitely a possibility. Okay, Sorcerer's Staff. This is the tier 2, I'm guessing, right, of Warlocks? Increased magical power from 30 to 45. So that's pretty nice. It's giving them a good, like, early game little push, you know? Okay, Bulwark of Hope. I kind of like this because I never build Bulwark. I never like it.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like, I mean, it's one of those things where it's not a bad item, but there are so many better items, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know? Like if you really need magical protection, I would just get a Genji's. You know, it's got the cooldown, you know what I mean? It's got the good protections, you know, I really like it. But it increased percentage HP threshold where the shield triggers from 30% to 40%, which is that's really nice. I really like that. I can honestly definitely. Oh wait, so what does it do? Hold on, Bulwark. What does it do exactly? 'Cause I never build this item, very rarely. Okay, so 60 magical power, 250 health, 20% crowd control reduction, and the passive is when you take damage and are below 30% health, you gain a shield with health equal to 150 plus 10 per player level for 20 seconds. Can only occur once every 60 seconds. I guess. I mean, I definitely see the appeal when there's like a fucking Anubis or some shit on the team.
I mean, if you build on a god that wants to build a lot of health,
Like,
it's
what the
great.
heck?
It's really
Hold
good.
on, my shit's tripping out. There we go. I think I took care of it. Okay, cool.
Like, I mean,
Okay.
20% crowd
Mhm.
control reduction's not bad at all. Like, that's really
Oh, hell
good.
no.
That's what is it, Spirit Robe level CDR if I'm remembering correctly. And then, like, if you're building this on like a mate, like a support or something that wants to build health, like Kumbhakarna, it's fantastic, right? Because it just means you don't ever die, right? It makes a hard to kill character even harder.
I agree. I definitely agree. One of the, I mean, it's coming in the future, but they added a lot of health to a lot of items. If I don't know if you noticed, I'm just like maybe
Yeah.
like chin size is definitely going to be a fucking chin size and Heartseeker are definitely going to slap after this patch. Okay, but moving on, Heartward Amulet. Increase magical protections to allies in the aura from 15 to 20. Now I like Heartward Amulet. I really like it. Honestly, and this just makes it better because I never thought the item was bad. I mean, maybe it was underappreciated, but fuck yeah, I'm not complaining because I wasn't complaining about Heartward Amulet to begin with.
I mean, I'll complain with this because this means your Moja is gonna become back more than she already is, right? Because your Mojas love this item, and your Moja's already good enough as she is. It's like great, deal with your Moja again.
Good point. That's a good point.
So happy.
All right.
that she's
Oh,
gone.
right here. There we go. So this is the items where they increase the health. So Pestilence now has increased health from 200 to 250, and then the Contagion from 100 to 150, and oh, that's it. So just Pestilence and Contagion, which when are these items not built? You know what I mean? They're built at least like what, maybe 3 out of every 5 games.
I mean, I know people that don't build them, and they're arguing it's like, well, they don't have any healing on their enemy team. In my opinion, someone should always have it because if they get a fire giant, this caps with the fire giant, right? With the health that it gives them. Like, I don't know. I've never seen a game where I haven't been like, someone should have it. Normally it's soul later, but whatever. Arguments can be made.
Yeah, I definitely. I don't know. That's kind of an iffy because again, there's like, it's like it goes back to that thing where like that's not a bad idea, but I feel like if they have like a lot of auto attackers or something, I would rather get the Midgardian or I'd rather get the breastplate. You know what I mean? Because Contagion is only giving you at that point, what is it, the mana and the protection.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do get it, I mean, here we can make sure just to be. What does it give you exactly? It gives you mana, it gives you MP5 protection. Oh, and it gives you health. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, maybe you're right, but I just feel like I hate it when I don't use the passive of an item. You know what I mean? Like it's like Pridwin. Pridwin. Like I'm always just like, or Pridwin Erendite. You know what I mean? Like it's not a bad item. It has a lot of power. The cooldown's great, but when people make the argument of build it on this so like build it on Arachne or build it on whoever, you know what I mean? Like I kind of don't like it because the point of Erendite for me is the passive. The passive is what makes it, oh shit, I'm gonna get an Erendite. I'm definitely gonna get an Erendite because I'm Susano. I'm gonna get an Erendite because I'm Hunbots. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of one of those things where like, sure you can get it, but I think there's better items. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I definitely get what you're saying though.
Well, I think it comes down to also how you build the team, right? Like if you're playing, like whoever's diving their team should have an anti-heal thing, right? Because they're diving the back lines, right? Make them killable, take away whatever kind of buff they have. Like you don't need Pestilence or a Contagion on a back line. You never should do this, but your Moja that's just gonna be healing the whole game, right?
Yep.
So helping them survive a little bit if they dive in, I think that is good for these changes. I'm happy with them.
That's a good point. And to go to your point too about always getting it, like most of the times, when does a hunter and a mage not get any lifesteal? You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? Like you're definitely going to be using it more often than not.
Yeah.
Too, you know.
Yeah,
So,
well, or like something that built in, like a Cthulhu alt or whatever, where it's not technically healing, but
yeah,
you know,
but it helps.
it helps. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So mystical mail, decrease cost from 2450 to 2350.
Thank you, high res gods. Thank you.
Really?
I love a stick mail.
Nice. I mean, the only time I ever build it is on Kakolin, if I'm being honest. That's the only time I ever build it.
Of course, Cullen, you always do, but I mean, I love it also on Cerberus because like it's so easy to stick to people with Cerberus, in my opinion, with his mobility, and just always being like in like the team fights with having the Mystic Mail where you're trying to set up an ult on that. I mean, it's such little damage, but in my opinion, it's great. I love the protection and the health it gives you because it's what 300 health if I'm not mistaken, 250.
Let me see, mystical, right?
Yeah.
It gives you 200 health, 40 physical protection, 20% crowd. It gives you 20% crowd control reduction. I did not know that. I'm fucking trolling.
I knew it was good for one reason, one or another, but yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool. I mean, yeah, I'm definitely not complaining. You hate mystical mail as an item? It's a good item. It's a good little like fuck you item. Against you, there you go. There
He
you go.
hates it against
Okay.
me. Is he a Kumakarna main?
So which one?
Is he a Kumakarna main?
Kumakarna main. Shit. Okay, so this is where we're getting into like the what the fuck kind of buffs, you know? So then we have Artemis. Additionally, Artemis now cleanses herself of slows and becomes immune to slows for 0.0 seconds when activated.
See, we'll get to this in a second with some of the other gods that they're changing, but this makes sense. Artemis has no peel other than Tusky, which I will stand by to the day I die is the most useless ult in the game because it never does what I want it to do. But yeah, this makes sense.
Exactly, but it's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so unlike a hunter to have an ability that just cleanses himself. You know what I mean? Like, does anybody have that kind of stuff? Let me see.
On her, and in their ults they do.
Yeah, and they're ults.
But not on a
but
base
I mean,
ability.
Artemis has that. You know what I mean? It's just so it's so unlike a hunter to have that.
Mm-hmm.
To have something like that. Let me see. I mean, maybe I'm just trolling. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. The only person that I can think of that is slow resistance is Hebos too. Yeah, but we're also thinking we're thinking about hunters because like it comes off to me as like a mage ability. You know what I mean? Or like a I don't even know, maybe like even like a guardian ability or something. It's just so unlike a hunter. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it makes sense for Artemis, but yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. All right. Well, Baba Yaga, what is this? Oh, Baba's Brew decrease cooldowns from 16, 16, 15, 15, 14 to 14s at all ranks, and I fucking hate this buff. I fucking hate it so much because I hate Baba Yaga. I hate her. Like when she was released, she was doo doo. But like when they buffed her, like now we feel her. Now we understand that Baba Yaga is somebody you don't want to fuck with. Davi would love this Baba Yaga. Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
he's gonna miss it.
I've played Baba Yaga like enough to get the mechanics of her. Well, not really, but I understand her. I totally understand why they made this buff or this change because like it totally every time I play her, I'm like frick, you know, I have no options of what to do. Right, my cooldowns are long, but I hate it because I know just going against her, I'm like you, it's freaking annoying. The only thing I would say, I'll take a stupid amount of like high cooldowns for her, but let her abilities cast faster, please.
Yes.
Please. It's so slow when casting.
I definitely. If they just did that, I think they like. I think that would be a good like like balancing her. You know what I mean? Because a big reason why I didn't like playing her is because I'm like, come on, like I was fucking spamming the button and nothing would happen. Freaking insane, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so Chalk. Thunderstrike increased physical power scaling from 60% to 70%. That's interesting. I like it. I like it. I mean, Chalk, you know, I wouldn't say he's strong, but he can definitely hold his own. You know?
Eh,
You don't think so?
I don't know. I mean, they keep buffing him, trying to bring him into the meta, and I feel like they're trying because it's like, oh, he has built-in healing, he should be good, but he's just so underwhelming.
Well, it also depends on who he goes up against. You know, I feel like if he goes up against like somebody like Osiris, he really counters them because of the double slow.
Yeah.
You know, but if he goes up against somebody that isn't like that, you know what I mean? Somebody that wants to fight you when you're like that, like who would be a good person to see, a warrior, like somebody who wants to fight you when like King Arthur, you know what I mean? Like King Arthur. King Arthur's somebody who doesn't care if you slow his attack speeds because King Arthur has fucking 6 abilities that he can just fuck you up with.
Yeah.
And by the time he's done with like 4 or 3 of them, your slow's already done. You know?
Yeah.
So I think it also depends on who he's up against too, as well. So, bully in the lane, but the only way to utilize that buff is by building more power, and then he sacrifices his ability to just stand in your face. I mean, I wouldn't say that this constitutes building a lot of power on him. I say it constitutes him building more selfishly. Like building more hybrid items, you know what I mean? That'll benefit. It's like building a little bit more power. That's what I would say. Not building power. I think that's a little bit of a stretch. Because as a solo laner, I don't think you should definitely just go for like, oh, I'm gonna get a fucking Jotuns, I'm gonna get a fucking Crusher. You know, like I don't know if that's, you know, you can, but I wouldn't. What do you think?
I don't know. Since for the longest time, I've never seen Chalks build properly. It always seems like they rely on their built-in healing. So like I've seen so many Chalks go like the Transcendent Star, Crusher starts, right? Build very little defense and just kind of rely on it. So I feel like that this plays into that kind of a style. But I'm with you, like solo laners, please build protections.
Which hybrid items sacrifice you ability to be wait, what? It's a hybrid item for what are you talking about? Which
You say which item sacrifices your ability to be tanky? Transcendence? Well, that's not a hybrid item.
I don't even know what he's saying. Which hybrid items sacrifice your ability to be... Oh, no. I'm not saying that hybrid items do that. I'm saying don't build straight up power. Like an example. Why is that doing that? Okay, like an example. You're saying that, you know, you could definitely build power. Getting a Jotuns, a Crusher, or a Brawlers, anything in this tree isn't as good for doing your job as a solo laner than, let's say, Sledge. Like, let's say Sledge, or maybe, let's see, a Sledge, or even maybe a Glad Shield, you know what I mean? Or maybe a Void Shield, or a Shifter Shield. You know what I mean? Like, I think going more hybrid items instead of just straight up power items is what that buff is giving him. You know, it gives them the ability to, you know, dive in there and be more scary. Yeah. Okay, so Chang'e. I really like this one because I play Chang'e in solo a lot. Increased base HP from 375 to 410, and increased HP scaling per level from 70 to 80. I like it because Chang'e doesn't belong in the mid lane, in my opinion.
No, I agree with you. She's a solo laner. So
Yeah,
I mean,
so I like this.
this is nice, but I mean, I have a personal grudge against Chang'es because, you know, they never fight you and they just poke you till you die, and then
Exactly, and you can never catch him either.
no, and then they just
I fucking hate her too.
so good. I mean, I'm with you. I love playing her. I think she's super troll. I remember a year ago or 2 years ago when she ran the meta in Joust, competitive Joust, and it was horrible. But man, whenever I see like her getting the buffs, I get scared. I'm like, oh, tell me she's not coming back to competitive.
I also like what they wrote here because it says Chang'e is a squishy mage that plays in the position of a bruiser mage. often sitting close to her enemies for poke. She excels at dancing around a fight, but the lack of base tankiness limits her movement options. We are boosting her to be more in line with the tankier mages, but not quite as much as the likes of Hades and Zhonghui. I really like, you know.
Yeah.
I like it. So Guan Yu, God, I increase damage per tick from 15, 25, 35, 45, 55 to +5 on everything. Which I'm pretty scared of because I've always been scared of Guan Yu when he's strong. I hate Guan Yu. I feel like his fucking I think it's this ability, right? Yeah, because it's a tick.
Yeah,
it's a tick.
it's his shred.
I fucking hate this ability, dude. I really do.
It's great. It's great in the fights and objectives, right? Shredding protections. Love it.
Guan Yu needed a buff. I definitely agree. It just opens the door to, oh my god, please don't fucking overdo this. You're not sure if that was the right buff. I don't know, because I feel like this ability is what makes Guan Yu Guan Yu. You know, like when you think of Guan Yu, you think of this ability, the fucking shredding thing that he does. Like that's what you think.
Yeah.
You know, so buffing, I think it's good. Either that or his ultimate. That or his ultimate is what makes Guan Yu.
Yeah.
Okay. Geb, Shockwave, increase the damage dealt at max range from 50% of the initial damage to 70% of the initial damage. Which I like, you know, Geb's not, you know, he's not the strongest support right now, but, you know, it's, you know, like I love Geb. I love Geb as a support. I don't think he's ever a bad choice.
I'm fine with the Geb buff, but if they start doing this to multiple supports, increasing their damage a bit, they have to nerf Spear the Magus.
Exactly.
Right. You put Spear the Magus on Geb, he'll kill you, and it's so stupid.
Or just the fucking typical Guardians shouldn't be doing this much damage.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. All right. So Nemesis, Slice and Dice. They decrease the damage from 50, 80, 110, 140, 170 to what is this? 45, 75, 105, 135, 165. So basically 5 decrease from every one of them. I mean, maybe I'm just ignorant because I've never thought Nemesis was really, really strong. I always thought she was. The thing about Nemesis for me is that I always felt like you had to play her perfectly for her to be good. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? Like you have to activate your 3 at the right time to divert the damage and gain your own health, and then you have to dash auto to auto. You know what I mean? You just have to do everything perfectly in order for her shit to do what it needs to do.
I agree. I don't think it's the same level as the Susano. Like Susano will forever be the god of AA canceling, but I get what you mean. To me, Nemesis has always been a niche pick, right? You know, if they're a super tanky team, Nemesis thrives, right? And with the current meta of, you know, junglers just being all AA gods, I mean, she's been a great counter pick into them. But I mean, I don't really understand why she needed the little damage decrease. I mean, it's not much. 5 damage isn't much, but it's. I don't know why this is here, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't. I honestly think they. I don't know. Yeah, I think she was fine where she was at.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I mean, then again, like I don't play competitive ranked and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, that's why I say I'm ignorant. So I don't know. All right. So this is where we get to the what the fuck, man. So Raw. Celestial Beam increased magical power scaling from 90 to 100%, which this isn't even the what the fuck moment, but even then, I think Raw is already fucking strong.
I don't. Why did he need a buff? He was fine where he was.
He was fine. He definitely was fine. And then Divine Light. Additionally, Raw now cleanses himself of slows and becomes immune to slows for 0.6 seconds when activated. Fucking stupid, dude.
From a lore standpoint, it makes sense. But in game, why? Slowing him was one of the few things you could do to try to counter Raw. It's like, oh, slow him, great, awesome, let's go kill him now. You can't ever catch him. He's forever got his passive stack, just running around. And God forbid you build him with some movement speed in his build.
Exactly. I don't know. What I want to know, I'm guessing it is when the flash activates, when the cleanse happens. Because 0.6 seconds, I feel like that's, I don't know.
Yeah. It makes sense, but I mean,
you're definitely gonna need some hard CC for him, I think.
Yeah. So annoying.
Okay, so Zeus, this is also like what the hell kind of thing. It's gonna make him hella strong early game. They're gonna increase his basic attack speed from 0.87 to 0.95. That's what? Like what? Like why? That's so dumb.
I don't understand this one either. I mean, Zeus has never been an attack speed god. He is always ability, right? He hits you with his one or his 2-1 combo, then he detonates and you die.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I don't know why he needed this, but I think it'd be super troll if we now start seeing like auto attack Zeus just with all the rings just running down lane, throwing lightning bolts everywhere. It'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I just
We're moving in
I
that
don't know.
direction. Please, let's do it.
I really need to keep this in mind when this fucking buff when this patch happens, because this is going to help his early game a lot. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna make him snowball and stuff if you're not careful, and he's gonna clear the minions faster than you.
Yeah, I mean, coming from the competitive Joe scene, I know a lot of people underestimate Zeus at level 3, so anything to help his early game is going to be scary.
All right, so Odin. I don't fucking play Odin. I hate Odin. So if you have anything to say, you can. Decrease cooldown of his gun gear's might from 14 to 12.
Ayo.
I
Love it.
have no idea what this means. Is this his fucking like his little pulse attack?
Yes. Riven's his thing. Leaps is that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is his pulse.
I could see the buff though. I could see it because Odin kind of. Remember he was like top pick and everything. Like it was literally just like if he comes through in ranked, you can have him in any role. Wasn't that like the whole thing? Like that's how broken he was.
And you still do that. I mean, I don't personally understand why people have just forgotten about him. Odin was always a niche god. He did one thing and he did it really well, which was locked down, and he still does that. Right? They just made it easier for him to do his ability by taking away his 3 and reverting it back to what it originally was with his pulse thing now. So I don't know. I played him quite a bit in the jungle, and he's always performed well to me. He's a great flex pick too, like you said.
True. All right. And last but not least, we have Hunbots. Fucking love Hunbots.
Yes.
Hunbots buff is disgusting. You already built CDR on him. I fucking love Hunbots, dude. All right, so they decrease cooldown from 120 seconds at all ranks to 110, 105, 195, 90 seconds.
Thank you.
I fucking love this, man. I love this. It ain't right, but I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
See, this is one thing that I question about the meta of Smite, right? Like, Hunbat's ult has always been fantastic, right? They gave it the nerf a couple patches ago. Everyone stopped playing Hunbats. Right? I haven't seen him in a ranking in so long.
I stopped playing him because I just stopped. What about you? Did you actually like stop playing him because of the nerf?
No, I've been just trying to learn some other gods, but in my absence, he's disappeared from every ranked game that I've played. He's disappeared basically from casuals. I don't understand it. So I mean, I can see him coming back now, but I mean, oh god, this means beads on every god now again.
Yeah. I mean, I love him. He was definitely. I think if I had to pick an assassin that I was the most obsessed with, other than Tsukuyomi, it would definitely be Hunbots. Like that guy was. I loved playing Hunbots. I played him nonstop. So I'm glad. You know. Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to say?
Thanks for having me.
No problem.